What's going on, guys? Coach Noob back in the building with another one. As usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels. Anytime is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. And this one, it's another wild one, bro. It's about a father who shoots his daughter's ex after he tries to break in, bro. So let's get to it.
Tonight, new video showing the deadly encounter on the porch of an Ohio family home. Mitchell Ducrow of Sydney shot and killed 22-year-old James Rail last month after it appears Rail tried to break into the house where his ex-girlfriend Allison lives.
Mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, man. And bro, this is crazy because you know, this man was so young and yeah, I get it. You're going through a breakup or whatever. That's your ex. Man, you're young and you don't know how to control your emotions, bro. Because this was, you know what I'm saying, mentally, like, it's messed up, bro. You trying to break into a crib and luckily her dad was there or it was, her dad's house or something like that. And at that moment, that was the only one to protect her. And, you know, everybody has to go through a breakup at some point in their life when you're dating, man. And you have to be able to be mentally strong enough to let go of that relationship, bro. It doesn't matter, how much you love her, any of that stuff, man. And really breaking in or trying to break in like this doesn't seem like you loved her, man. It just seems like, you lost your mind and you was trying to get in there and do God knows what to her. But luckily, her father was there to protect her from you getting in there and doing anything because you wasn't trying to break in there and make some lunch for her.
In video captured by a home security system and provided to NBC News by local police, you can see Rail first ringing the doorbell multiple times.
Hey, he's coming back.
The family saying they asked him to leave, and then...
Answer the door. Dad. Answer the dad.
You're off the porch.
Dad! No! Oh my God, can you please hurry?
Rail is shot 3 times. We've paused the video to obscure this graphic moment. He stumbles backwards and falls to the ground. 2 minutes later, a bystander walks up to Rail's lifeless body.
So you never know what people got in their house either, man. So you shouldn't even be trying to do that anyway, man. And, like 20, 21 years old, bro, there's so much other stuff you could be doing after, a breakup, man. Like, you shouldn't even be worried about just one female like that. He was putting so much time and energy into her, man. He wasn't even thinking about himself or, his life. He was just worried about getting in there, seeing her, and, it doesn't look like he had good intentions for her. So, it's a good example of being able to control your feelings, man, and don't be in your feelings, man, especially when you're dealing with these women, bro, because, getting out of character and doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do, it can lead to deadly consequences, man. And this is what happened today, man. Like, it's messed up. It happened. At the end of the day, it was a father protecting his daughter, man. Somebody cared about her too. Somebody loved her too, man. And, it's important as a man to love yourself, more than you love her too. Because nobody's going to love you like you love yourself, man. And he could have kept himself out of this situation. They were telling him no, go home or leave. They even had to call 911. and it happened to be caught on Ring camera. So all the evidence that they needed, and he wasn't listening. He wasn't even saying a word, man, which is, kind of scary. Like, you're not even saying nothing. What are you going to do when you get in there?
Okay, well, he's not moving. You have a gun. Did you shoot him?
Yes!
Okay. Call 911.
No, we're on the phone with them right now.
Rail was pronounced dead at the scene.
He broke through the door and my dad shot at him.
Audio from the 911 call confirms Allison Ducro phoned police while Rail was on the porch, when she says he tried breaking into the family home.
Look how he was looking. He don't even look like he was in his right frame of mind, man. It looked like, he was high or something, but he just wasn't, mentally there. He wasn't spiritually there. It looked like, he was high and something took over him, and he wasn't listening to anything, not even his, his self deep down inside. Something probably telling him not to do it, but he didn't listen to it, man. And, it's messed up that it had to go down like that. But you got to use your better judgment. You got to make the best decisions for yourself so you don't end up in those kind of situations. And, you always have to think about how it's going to affect you first, man. I say that all the time, bro, because, you're the most important person that's going to take care of you, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself alive, all of that, man. It all starts with how much you really care about yourself.
The pair previously dated but broke it off some time ago. The circumstances of their split, not clear. The family interviewed by police.
Once I realized he was getting in and the door was open is when I shot him.
Rail's sister, Jessica Colbert, says her brother went to the house to, quote, look out for Allison.
And then, they showed the dad crying too after that. Like, he ain't really want to have to do that. You know what I'm saying? He knew that was a young man. And, I'm pretty sure he's been through breakups in his life and stuff like that. And at the same time, he knew how to control his emotions and his feelings and stuff when he was going through that, and let him out in a healthy outlet instead of, feeding into negativity, and doing stuff the wrong way. And it doesn't even matter why they broke up. It wasn't like, it don't seem like it was, who knows what it was over. It really doesn't matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it was cheating, if it was whatever, bro, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to move around and let that go, man. And, just work on yourself, bro. Because you are the most important, to yourself, man. And it's never any telling what could have happened in the future. You might have been able to get back with her or something if that's what you wanted to do, but you got to give yourself a chance to let those kind of things happen, man. And it all starts by the kind of decisions you make in the moment of, situations like that.
For a friend.
Colbert, emotional at the loss of her baby brother.
I fell to my knees. Because it couldn't be true. He's not supposed to die before me.
He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And, he wasn't supposed, it shouldn't have happened like that, but that's the decision that he made. And we all saw, what happened when being careless and not caring about yourself or not caring about other people or how they feel at that time, man, what kind of, result it can end up in.
Last year, a new stand your ground law went into effect in Ohio, expanding rights for individuals using deadly force in situations of self-defense. Prosecutors in this case deciding not to move forward with any charges against Mitchell Ducro.
I think not only
They shouldn't. He was protecting his family. And, with that stand your ground law, you don't have to leave out your house if somebody's trying to break in. In some states, they don't have that, So when somebody breaks in, you're supposed to leave out if they come in the front, you leave out the back. They come in the back, leave out the front. You can't stand your ground, bro. It's messed up. But, in this situation, it was a you know, it was a good law that passed, and you know, people are able to protect themselves, man. They don't have to leave out their place of peace, man, out there, you know, out their home that they work so hard for.
Should Mr. Ducro be held accountable, but so should the other people involved that did not do a full investigation.
And you got to hold your brother accountable too for the actions that he made and the decisions he made, and you know what happened after those decisions he made. Yeah, it's messed up that he's gone, and we know you're hurt that he's gone. And at the same time, you know, you got to realize what he was doing, and you know, at the end of the day, it was somebody protecting their daughter. You know.
But on that day, 1 month ago, Allison was grateful for what her father did.
Girl, I'm not mad at you. Thank you. I'm okay. Thank you for saving me. You're the best dad ever. You just saved my life.
And he probably did, because, you know, all these reviews, man, people do crazy stuff when they get a hold of those women, man. And it's because they're not thinking clear, man. They're not mentally stable. You know, they're not spiritually stable, physically stable, and they're not making the best decisions, man.
All right, Julie Sirkin joins us now live in studio. We do want to mention that last piece of video was some body cam from police as well. So the sister you spoke to seemed to insinuate that the investigation was not over. What do we know?
Yeah, she told me that the investigation was not complete, and tonight we are hearing from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office who dispute Jessica's allegations, saying they conducted a full investigation. The sheriff noted he understands the Rails family grief and added, and this is interesting, quote, "A young man lost his life, and there have been many other options, but the law is the law, and we take oaths to uphold that law."
They stand by it because you know, that stand your ground law. And yeah, like he said, man, those actions that he took, you know, there were many other outlets. He could have walked away and thought about it. Like they said, it was plenty things he could have been doing, you know, but that's what he decided. And at the same time, yeah, somebody lost their life, man. So that's why it's so important to think about what you're doing.
You know, I do want to ask you that the ring cam, it's a little tough to tell. Was the suspect actually able to get in the house, the ex-boyfriend, or is it just sort of a back and forth tug of war with him trying to break the door down?
Yeah, Allison's father actually said that the suspect, the ex-boyfriend in this case, tried to gain entry, his shoulder actually starting to push that door open when he was fatally shot.
Yeah, it seemed like he broke that door open, though. It cracked open a little bit, and then he did what he had to do. Anyways, man, it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're digging this kind of content. Every time is always appreciated because you can be doing anything, but you hear me checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.